6:45 a.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by J. Yogaraj and read by Mario Vijayavardhana. The headlines. The State Minister of Finance responds to reports of public sector salary cuts. The government requests to deliver the recently introduced tax benefits of sanitary napkins to the customers. The government decides to recruit doctors and engineers next year. The World Bank announces its master's scholarships programs for students from Sri Lanka. The Sri Lankan embassy in the US facilitates over $12 million in medical aid. The power cut schedule for today released. In news overseas, Brazil polarized as Bolsonaro seeks re-election and Lula aims for comeback. In sports news, soccer, Bruno Lage Wolves sack manager after defeat by West Ham. The State Minister of Finance Ranjit Siabalapitiya says that there is no truth in the information being spread on social media claiming that the salaries of government employees will be slashed from next month. Issuing a statement, the State Minister points out that the government has taken no such decision at all. The State Minister also said that he strongly condemns such campaigns organized by certain individuals to provoke the people of the country. He also emphasizes that securing the jobs of public servants is considered as the government's responsibility. President Ranil Wickremesinghe has instructed the officials to take measures to deliver the recently introduced tax benefits provided for sanitary napkin importers to their customers. The President's media division also said the tax earlier imposed for the raw materials for the industry had also been removed, and local manufacturers producing sanitary towels are also instructed to sell the sanitary towels at a reduced rate. The President's media division added the move will help to make hygiene products more affordable in view of ensuring hygiene among women and school girls. In addition, it has also been decided to provide tax concessions for imported sanitary napkins as well. The government decides to permit the recruitment of professionals, including doctors and engineers, to the public sector next year. 2 separate committees have been appointed to make recommendations on recruiting professionals, while the other committee will recommend ways of limiting the public sector workforce. The government also took a decision to reduce the retirement age of the public sector employees from 65 to 60 recently. It is estimated that the reduction of the retirement age would force more than 25,000 employees out of the public sector by the end of the year. In addition to the medical sector, the administrative sector too would be affected due to retirement. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The World Bank has announced its master's scholarships programs for students from selected developing countries. Interested graduates from Sri Lanka are also eligible to apply for the 2022-2023 academic year. The World Bank scholarships program provides funding for international students to continue their studies in key development areas in one of 35 participating programs at universities in the United States, the UK, the Netherlands, Australia, Japan and France. The World Bank scholarships provide a round-trip airfare between the home country and the host university, a travel allowance of $500 for each trip in addition to airfare, a tuition waiver, basic medical coverage, funding for on-campus housing, and even a monthly stipend. The applicant must be a national of a World Bank member country, have obtained an undergraduate degree or an equivalent university degree 3 years before the application deadline. The Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka PUCSL has approved power cuts of 2 hours and 20 minutes for Monday the 3rd of October. Accordingly, the power cut for today has been scheduled as groups A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V and W as 1 hour during the daytime and 1 hour and 20 minutes during the night. Steps have been taken to provide medicines and medical supplies worth over 4,600 million Sri Lankan rupees, approximately $12 million with the intervention of the Sri Lankan embassy in Washington, D.C., the President's media division said. One consignment of medicines and medical supplies provided by the Sri Lankan embassy in Washington, D.C., working closely with the renowned American humanitarian donor organization, is scheduled to be presented to the Sri Lankan government. Mr. Mahinda Samarasinha, the ambassador of Sri Lanka to Washington, D.C., said that he would continue to work with humanitarian organizations and agencies to get assistance for the vulnerable people in Sri Lanka and expressed his gratitude to the institutes Heart to Heart International, Hope Worldwide and Emery Cares for their generosity extended at this occasion. Heart to Heart International had sent a shipment of drugs worth $9.131 million last July as well. The value of the aid sent by Emery Cares in September was over $773,000. The value of the aid to be sent to Sri Lanka in the first week of October by the Hope Worldwide is over $1.74 million. The Ministry of Health, which takes charge of the shipments, will provide detailed distribution reports to the donors specifying the recipients and local destinations for these medicines and medical supplies.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The National Cancer Control Programme says that every day 12 cases of breast cancer are reported from Sri Lanka. Dr. Hassan Ali Fernando said that there has been a rapid increase in the number of breast cancer patients in Sri Lanka in the past 2 decades. The Breast Cancer Awareness Month started on the 1st of October. Dr. Hassan Ali Fernando added that in line with the Awareness Month, steps will also be taken to raise awareness with regard to breast cancer at the local level and to refer diagnosed patients for treatment.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
And now in Watchlight, dengue cases are on the rise with the onset of the monsoon weather conditions. A total of 31,162 suspected dengue cases identified for the year 2021 and 45,812 suspected dengue cases were reported to the epidemiology unit from all over the island from January 2022 to date. The latest disease trends show approximately 41.1% of the dengue cases were reported from the Western Province. In world news headlines, Brazil polarized as Bolsonaro seeks re-election and Lula aims for comeback. Indonesia, at least 125 dead in football stadium crush. Ukraine war, Russian troops forced out of eastern town Liman. Brazilians are voting in an election which could see the country switch from a far-right to a left-wing leader. Voting is compulsory for the more than 156 million people eligible. Incumbent Jair Bolsonaro is seeking a second term but faces a challenge from ex-President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. After voting, Lula said he wanted to get the country back to normal. Mr. Bolsonaro, who has often questioned the electronic voting system, said clean elections must be respected. At least 125 people have died in a crush at an Indonesian football match that has become one of the world's worst stadium disasters. Hundreds were also hurt in the aftermath of the home team Arema FC's loss to bitter rivals at the overcrowded stadium late on Saturday in Malang, East Java. The crush took place after police tear-gassed fans who invaded the pitch. Russia has withdrawn its troops from the strategic Ukrainian town of Liman in a move seen as a significant setback for its campaign in the east. The retreat came amid fears thousands of soldiers would be encircled in the town, Russia's defense ministry said. Recapturing Liman could let Ukrainian soldiers reach more contested territory in the Donetsk and Luhansk regions. And now the main points of the world news segment once again. Brazil polarized as Bolsonaro seeks re-election and Lula aims for comeback. Indonesia, at least 125 dead in football stadium crush. Ukraine war. Russian troops forced out of eastern town Liman. That was world news. And now in development news, the GE Foundation announces a donation of $25,000 to Chrysalis, a Sri Lankan charity organization, to help with humanitarian relief in response to the current economic situation. The donation will aid in providing food security and financial assistance to approximately 950 households in the most vulnerable communities, including the Mullaitivu district in North Sri Lanka. Specifically, the donation will provide food ration packs to 650 families and cash grants to 300 households to meet immediate needs in accordance with humanitarian standards, fair standards, and standards established by the local government.
Sports News is brought to you by...
With many values that bind us beyond the transaction, we are Sampath Bank. We present your future.
In soccer news, Wolves have sacked manager Bruno Lage after 16 months in charge following Saturday's defeat by West Ham United that left them in the bottom three. Wolves have won just 1 and lost 9 in their past 15 Premier League matches under the Portuguese. Lage succeeded Nuno Espirito Santo last summer and led Wolves to a 10th placed finish in his first season in charge. Meanwhile, in athletics news, Kenya's Amos Kipruto and Ethiopia's Yalim Zaf Yehlav won their maiden London Marathon titles with breakaway victories in the elite men's and women's races. Just 6 months after making her debut over the distance, 23-year-old Yehlav finished in 2 hours, 17 minutes and 26 seconds, the third fastest women's London Marathon time in history. Kipruto then won the men's race in 2 hours, 4 minutes and 39 seconds, after pushing away from the rest of the field with about 5 kilometers to go.
The fastest way to earn the highest interest from NSB, now extended till the 30th of September just for you. Your short-term deposits receive an attractive interest rate of 20% in 3 months and 22% in 7 months. Visit a bank branch or a main postal office today. NSB, the only bank with 100% government guarantee.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The Hambantota International Port Group HIPG won double recognitions at the Global Port Forum Dubai, being named the Multipurpose Port and the Terminal of the Year 2022 and the Port Infrastructure Development of the Year 2022 for the second consecutive year.
Business News, sponsored by...
The fastest way to earn the highest interest from NSB, now extended till the 30th of September just for you. Your short-term deposits receive an attractive interest rate of 20% in 3 months and 22% in 7 months. Visit a bank branch or a main postal office today. NSB, the only bank with 100% government guarantee.
Economic news, courtesy of...
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Local exporters should be encouraged to export value-added products, and it is high time they followed suit, Investment Promotion State Minister Dilum Amanugama stated. He made these observations addressing officials of the Export Development Board recently. Quote, value-added products will earn much-needed competitive advantages for our brands. Hence, local exporters should be provided with pertinent expertise and innovation to expand production and come up with value-added products for catering to global export markets, unquote, Amanugama noted.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
And now for the weather report. The Met Department says showers will occur at times in the western and Sabaragama provinces and in the Kandy, Nuwara Eliya, Garla and Mathura districts. Heavy falls above 100 millimeters can be expected at some places in the Sabaragama province and in the Kandy and Nuwara Eliya districts. Several spells of showers will occur in the northern and northwestern provinces. Showers or thundershowers will occur at a few places in the Yuva province and in the Ampara district during the evening or night. Strong winds about 50 to 55 kilometers per hour can be expected at times over the western slopes of the Central Hills, the northern, north central and southern provinces and in the Trincomalee and Puttalama districts. The general public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during the thunder showers. This weather report was issued at 4:30 a.m. Further details can be obtained by visiting the official website of the department. Meanwhile, the international weather forecast website AccuWeather.com reports that the day's weather will be cloudy with occasional showers. Today's daytime temperature will be around 28 degrees Celsius. There will be light showers in many places in the Colombo district in the night. Tonight's temperature will be around 27 degrees Celsius and there will be scattered showers in select spots late in the night. The ground temperature would be 27 degrees Celsius at the time of this news broadcast.